Hello there, Spreen Honda. This is Coach Stephanie with part two of your mystery shop. I submitted a request via your website on Friday, June the 24th at 1 o'clock p.m. I did receive a email in my inbox at 1:02 from Tony, and I got a phone call from Yvonne at 1:04. Really nice job on the timing of your phone call and your email as well. Just be sure in future to send your follow-up email after you've spoken to the customer within less than 15 minutes of speaking to the customer. I did not receive your follow-up email until the next day, well more than 24 hours later at 1:07, so I was not able to count that email from Yvonne. I did grade the one that I got from Tony before I had received the phone call. Just keep in mind in future when you have spoken to the customer that you want to get that email out within less than 15 minutes so that you can continue building rapport and get them information that they very well may not have written down while you were on the phone. The email should have an attention-grabbing subject line. You want to thank the customer for their time on the phone, confirm next steps, and remind them of whatever you agreed to during the phone conversation, which should be a phone follow-up at the very least. Give a value statement that makes your dealership stand apart from the competition. Also, you want to be sure that the email is free of spelling and grammatical errors and that it has a complete signature file. Taking a look, however, at the email that I received before I had spoken to you, the email did go into my inbox. However, keep in mind when you've not spoken to the customer, the email should be not only clear what it's about, but who it's from. You want to be sure that the customer does, in fact, open the email. You also want to be sure that you validate the customer's decision of vehicle with positive words or industry information about the vehicle they inquired on. You did mention the specific vehicle that I had inquired about. However, you do want to be sure that you validate their decision of choice. The email was free of spelling and grammatical errors. However, you want to be sure you give information on the exact vehicle. It could be a specific link back to the vehicle. It could be a copy of the Carfax since it was used and since the customer had specifically asked about the Carfax in their lead submission. We want to be sure that we answer the customer's question and bring up the information that they had inquired about. You also want to be sure that you address availability and let the customer know if the exact vehicle they inquired about is in fact available. You did a great job, however, of giving a great signature file with a link to the website as well as a link to the email address, so it would be easy for the customer to be able to email you back. Also, it would be easy for them to go back and take a look at additional vehicles or additional price quotes. So nice job with the signature file, and I love that you always have a picture included. I think that puts a name with the face, and that's very important. Also, you want to be sure that you set the expectation that the customer is going to be getting a future phone call when you're sending an email out prior to the customer getting a phone call from the dealership. Set that expectation, let them know someone is going to call them. We want to be sure that we give the customer a value statement in the phone call and the email as well that truly sets you apart from the competition, because you guys are actually very rare in the fact that you don't make commission on the sale. That's something you want to be sure you tell all of your customers in the phone call and in the email so that you make yourself stand apart from the competition. So keep up the hard work and keep practicing. Your secret code for today is rapport. RAPPORT, rapport, because I want you to be sure when you call the customer that you grab control of the call and use the script so that you can schedule an appointment and get them to your dealership. Use any opportunity you can to build rapport with that customer in the phone call and the email as well. Remember, if you can't get an appointment, go for a tentative time and at the very least, schedule a phone follow-up. Keep up the hard work, keep practicing, and have a great day.